Hashtag End SARS has been trending not only in Nigeria but also across the globe over the past couple of weeks. It means the Special Anti-Robbery Squad. It was set up in the 1990s in Nigeria. It's a squad at the time, was aimed at trying to curb things like robbery. But now many Nigerians saying that it engages in police brutality, targeting of young Nigerians. Now, there's been 12 consecutive days of protest, but this hashtag started to burst onto the scene over the past 24 hours. The reason being what happened just a few hours ago. Now, according to Amnesty International, they say that they've received credible but disturbing evidence of excessive use of force made against protesters that has resulted in deaths. Joining me here to discuss this, I'm joined by Jerry, he's a colleague of mine with Africa News. You've been speaking to eyewitnesses, people that were there. What have they been telling you?
Shona, the images that have been coming out from there are very disturbing. I have been told by protesters who were at the sitting location for the protest in Lagos, Lekki, to be precise, which is a wealthy suburb of the city. Lagos is the economic capital of Nigeria, and that has been the cradle of the protest. Now, these protests have involved many Nigerian influencers, celebrities, and they've been gathered at this particular place for 12 days, calling on the end of SARS and calling for police reform and calling for the police to do away with brutality. So what we saw yesterday was many of them were there seated and defying a 4-hour curfew that was imposed hurriedly to disband them. They were just given 4 hours notice, and they stayed. They defied it because they thought it wasn't enough. Unfortunately, what we saw was the lights were turned off. And we saw uniformed men alleged to be Nigerian soldiers who were shooting directly live rounds at the protesters. At least 12 people have been killed. Some eyewitnesses told me that the number could be as high as 20. Many others are injured, and it's very unfortunate and very horrific.
And this isn't a new conversation. We've heard about SARS before. So tell me a bit of background with regards to them and whether there's been, a call to end them before.
Well, there's been a call to end SARS like 4 times before. The first protest took place in 2017 against them, and it started online. It started online, and it did get the attention of Nigerian authorities who said at the time, okay, we're disbanding this unit. We're stopping you from mounting roadblocks, illegal roadblocks in different parts of Nigeria where harassment of young Nigerians and profiling has been taking place, has been done by this, perpetrated by this controversial unit. So for 4 times they've been disbanded, nothing has been done. Let's look at the background to this unit. This unit was specifically created to tackle armed robbery, to tackle thuggery and criminal activities. Unfortunately, what they've been doing has been more of profiling and engaging in those alleged criminal activities, extorting young Nigerians of their money based on just suspicions of them being involved in cybercrime.
And we know that, according to the Nigerian government, they said that they're going to disband this unit. They said that last week. But how have people been reacting to that? What have people been telling you? What's their response?
I think what we're seeing is this protest against SARS and SARS has metamorphosed into wider demands, demands for total police reform, demands for an end to bad governance. So it is not just enough, well, in the minds of Nigerian protesters, for them to be told or to have SARS been disbanded. As a matter of fact, the Nigerian government put in place hurriedly a new unit called SWAT. And there are reports that some members of SARS are in fact going to be taken in for that unit. So the protest, the demands from the protesters have not stopped. They want a total disbanding of SARS. And they're calling for much more things now, which include an end to bad governance.
And with regards to hashtag End SARS, it's been so widely used in social media. So what do you think the role of social media has been in this movement?
I think it's huge, really. If you look at it, we saw earlier in the year how powerful it was in the U.S. In the U.S. during the death of George Floyd in the hands of police custody. So then social media powered it, and it just went all around the world. The protests against police brutality, and it's the same thing. Young Nigerians are very conscious of this. They're very aware of the power of social media. So they've been using the power. They've been using this, to hear their voices. And we've seen tweets by Hillary Clinton, the former U.S. Secretary of State.
This is right here.
Yeah, calling on Muhammad Buhari, Nigeria's president, and the Nigerian army to stop the killing of young Nigerians who are basically demanding for their rights to protest and demanding for reforms and their right to exist and to live and to work and not being harassed by police who are supposed to be protecting them. We've also seen American celebrities. We've seen P. Diddy, tweeting in support, in solidarity with Nigerians. So I think this is a watershed moment for Nigeria, and also this is actually a significant moment for young Nigerians who now know that we can actually achieve the change that we want in our country.
Thank you very much for explaining all of that. This is very much a developing situation. These protests have been going on for a number of days, and we will be keeping you up to date with regards to the latest developments.